Hi Taurus, welcome to Pure Tarot. I'm doing your November reading. I am choosing to do a love reading, although sometimes the cards don't comply. We'll see what comes out, but obviously the aim is to really look at it from the angle of we're looking at who you're thinking about, but mostly what the connection is like. So let's just do this. I'm going to start with an oracle card. And I will draw tonight. I typically like cards to fly out, but I want to do it differently. It says ideal romance. I love the angel. And I actually love that the wings are red. I think it almost looks like a heart. That's beautiful. So it's almost like you have this very precise ideal of romance, but I sense that you cherish it, that it's like something very precious that you hold, and you probably hold it in your heart when you meditate, and you probably hold it in your mind's eye as well, right? So that's really, really beautiful. I might bring it in, speak more about it later, but for now I would like to draw out of the tarot. This card, this deck, out of this deck I only read uprights, and I will only pull one card. Thank you for your patience, allowing me to do this. Oh my gosh. The Tower. I just drew this for Aries. This is the full tarot deck. I mean, I wish you could have seen me. You have to believe I really pulled it. There's no trick here. Wow, I'm very surprised. Which is a Tower energy. That's very interesting. You might have, if you're wondering what that sound is, it's just my cat. You might have Aries placements, which is often the case between Taurus and Aries. Well, with any sign that are close by, right? Mercury's never far from the sun, so you might have a Sun Taurus and a Mercury Aries. Venus also is quite close usually, never farther away than what, about 60 degrees. So 2 signs on each side, but you definitely have a mix of both. And it's probably why we get this energy of action, of something, you know, kind of aggressive, in the sense that it's very much in your face kind of energy. Maybe it's, I mean, with this kind of combo, it could be you're love struck. So either you've fallen in love, you might be, but it feels like the energy of also like a sudden realization. Maybe you already love the person, right? Maybe you're already with them. I don't know your situation, but there's something about an added layer of, okay, I'm like a new insight, like a some sort of revelation, aha moment of, okay, this is like deeper than I thought. This is even, maybe you're realizing that it is the ideal romance, like the one romance where, although you're connected to this person, you might be, whether you're just like contemplating someone, interested in someone, or whether you're with them, connected already, or loosely involved, whatever you want to call it. There's something now that is like a confirmation for you that this is like really ideal for you, that it corresponds to maybe those feelings I was describing if you have been deep in meditation about what love means to you, what this person means to you. Let's draw the tarot. Out of more tarot. Out of this deck, the cards are both upright and reversed. I thought I was gonna pull, and I started shuffling, and one card flipped. 2, 3. I'm gonna show you how they came out. So let me put on my glasses, 2 seconds. So King of Wands, the Chariot in reverse, and the Ace of Swords. So the King of Wands, the Chariot in reverse, you can see, and the Ace of Swords. Wow, that's beautiful energy. So, you know, the King of Wands is fire, so it could be an Aries, or you could be, again, like the Aries placement I was describing. You know, with this reading, I don't want to necessarily only read the cards as them, the person you're thinking about. I will often play and do role, like almost role play, but like just reversal of roles, right? Because there's many of you out there, and because like the energies are interchangeable. I'm looking at the Tower and the Ace of Swords, and I'm, you know, in this drawing, the sword is planted in that tree trunk. So it's interesting, it looks like a lightning somehow, like coming down because of the position of the sword on the drawing. And it feels like again, the aha moment of, you know, something like, okay, like a decision, something very, I'm hearing blunt. Strangely enough, it's coming up as blunt. Like, not blunt necessarily like in words, but like you know, blunt force trauma, like a something impactful, and like and I don't mean to imply that it would be destructive, although we have the energy of the Tower here. I'm not sensing it to be like destructive or disruptive. It's more, how can I put this, like a very, just it is forceful, but it's not disruptive or destructive. So it just has a lot of it has a lot of, I guess it's the passion. It has passion because of this King of Wands. That's what it is. There's something extremely raw about it. Almost also like, you know, this sword is naked. It's not in its, the sword is not in its sheath. So there's something raw and vulnerable here, and being naked, making, so either this person or yourself, Taurus, making themselves seen like in their purest form. You know what I'm saying? Like no more screens, no more added value, like in terms of almost like no artifice, right? Just like, yet we have the Chariot in reverse in the middle of this little mini series of cards. So there's something about, I'm getting the word hesitation. So even if there's like there's like huge energy, and I want to say that drives this person or you, right? Because the Chariot is there, but so like there's something about this energy that is driven, or that wishes to be driven, but yet the Chariot is in reverse. So there's like a contradiction in terms of, maybe it has to do with the pent-up energy and like the intensity and the passion that I'm sensing, versus the actions per se. But the Tower and the Ace of Swords are really, maybe they're depicting like a future event instead. So maybe the energy is stalled here for a while. There's like a building of the passion, a building of the intensity on this King of Wands, with, you know, almost like there's a roadblock. And it doesn't have to be like a physical obstacle. It could simply be like holding back. Could be because there's still how can I explain? Maybe this passion is still in like thought form, or because it's an ideal, right? So it's still like brewing, and it's still shaping, and it's growing, and that's why it's feeling like it's being pent up. And then maybe there will be like a huge release here with the Tower and the Ace of Swords. So announcing that there's going to be a release, like in a, or at least like I was describing like a moment where it's like a, the bluntness, right? I want to say like it comes up as an eruption, not something from the top that comes down like this lightning, right? And that crumbles the tower downward. It's the opposite. It's much more like a volcano energy. It's really interesting. It's the opposite. Even if both cards here, the imagery is from the top to the bottom, I'm sensing the energy to be from the bottom towards the top. I'm looking at something and I just want to see the details of this. I'm going to show you. It might not be like, so I was looking at what looks like smoke or ribbons on this card. And for me, like they originate from these two, the ribbons are attached here, or at least so maybe the energy is going upward. These ribbons look like they're floating up, and it doesn't look like the lightning on the tower. So maybe somehow the cards are corroborating what I'm saying. I'm going to say something really, there's a lot of red, like red wings, red clothing, and red cape here. And I spoke of the blunt force trauma, and I'm thinking about blood, and by all means, I'm not, knock on wood, describing anything like an accident or nothing of the sort. But there is the idea of something as crucial as blood in our bodies. There's something about the vitals, something vital. So it feels that this ideal romance, either for you or for this person or between you, let's not even attribute this to one party, right? Let's just make it as both of you. There's something deeply vital about it. It's almost like needing this to live, to survive, to thrive, right? Having this connection is what really carries both of you, and that will carry you for a very long time. Also, I want to speak about, so the Chariot is in reverse, but nonetheless, it is a travel card. Here we have the trunk, right? The cut trunk, and the sword is planted very precisely there. So it feels like a point on the map, like because of the idea of traveling and, you know, having a pinpoint. So this king, so there's something about location, right? So is it because you are meeting each other in a particular location? Is it because you will live in a particular location? Maybe there's something specific about the location if you are coupled. Because I did mention, it feels also like from the beginning of the reading, you might be already involved or somewhat involved, and it's just like maybe realizing, when I described about realizing just how ideal this connection is, how this romance is so precious. There's something linked between that idea and concretizing it in somewhere, so in a particular place, a particular location. Almost like I'm hearing consecration. To consecrate, I hope that's an English word. Consécration in French. I think it's the same word in English. To make sacred. It's beautiful. Maybe that's why the reds also. That's really strong. Maybe it has to do with a house, because we do have a tower, so it's a structure, a built, man-made built structure. I'm trying to feel if there's anything else I want to add. I am looking at the King of Wands specifically. I have something is nagging at me, but I'm not clear on what it is. So I'm sorry that I'm silent. I'm really trying to see if it's gonna make its way through. I can't control that. I think I have it. There's something about this King of Wands feels very romantic. So it took a while to surface. So it's really interesting, because I think it's part of what's ideal in this. The romanticism is what's part of the. It's ideal that it's romantic, or that romantic. So for one. And then also the fact that it took time to surface, it might be the case between the two of you. That level of romanticism might take some time to make itself shown, to be expressed between the two of you. I think that's beautiful. And I think it'll be part of the aha moments, sort of the reveal, sort of the realization of just how perfect this is, how ideal it is. It's really beautiful. I love this feeling. So I'm going to end the reading here. I hope something resonated. I enjoyed reading this for you. So please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.